Welcome to part 1 of my budget kitchen makeover. I'm not ripping out counters, I'm not gutting anything. This is a budget-friendly kitchen makeover. We're keeping what works and fixing what doesn't. You know what doesn't work in this kitchen? This deep pantry. It's basically a black hole where things go in and never return. Ideally, I'd love for my kitchen to look like this, but on a really small budget. So today we're fixing that. I'm building custom drawers inside this pantry and moving the microwave off the counter. This is going to be an absolute game changer. And if you're looking at your pantry and thinking, you need some drawers in there too, well, let's get going. Let's build this together. I'll admit, building drawers is really intimidating, even for me as a seasoned DIYer. So the first thing I'm going to do is take 3/4 inch plywood and cut down the sides of my drawers. I cut the bottom drawer to be a little bit taller because I'm going to be putting cereal, so it's about 10 inches. And then the other drawers are 7 inches tall for snacks and smaller things. Once you have everything cut down, give it a light sand using P220 grit. I used pocket holes to assemble this. I felt like this was the sturdiest and easiest way to build them. A lot of tutorials will show that pocket holes go on the front of the drawer because they add a drawer face, but I actually put mine on the sides because I'm not adding a drawer face since these are going inside a cabinet that already has doors on it. Now you're ready to assemble, so get your clamp set up and put your plywood into that. Now you really want to make sure that everything is going to be 90 degrees, and that's why the clamps are so helpful. I know this looks like a lot of clamps and maybe you think it's overkill, but this is going to help you get that really square box. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, the setup looks a little more complicated than it is, but basically we've got this one corner clamp and it comes with, well, you have to get all these adjustable spacers. So they come in different sizes and I've got a box of them there. So you just find the size that's gonna fit with your plywood and then you can adjust it and like make it tight with these knobs, okay? So I've got that on both corners. Then I've also got a long clamp just to hold it all together so that when you're driving outwards, nothing shifts. I'll link all these clamps for you below. And just like that, you can assemble the frame using pocket holes. Next, I secured the drawer slides right onto the side of the box. And if you're thinking this looks pretty easy, it's not that it's really complicated, it's just a lot of tiny steps and you want to be really precise with each and every step. I made these out of plywood, which is just a bunch of sheets of wood glued together, I guess you could say. So there's gonna be a little edge banding, and this is so cool because essentially we're gonna put this on and then we'll trim it and no one will even know about it. And the coolest thing is that this is heat activated. So we're just gonna use my iron and simply iron it on. Okay, so I have this little tool and this is like an edge trimmer tool. So hopefully I did this right because sometimes if you don't, it doesn't cut. Because spills and crumbs are bound to happen in a pantry, I'm also just adding a quick coat of polyurethane, and that's just going to protect the wood from getting stained. Now we're ready to attach the base, and I'm just using wood glue and nails. I think that this is really strong enough, but if you want to go the extra mile, you could also add a few screws for extra strength because these drawers are going to hold a lot of snacks. I use my tack cloth to get off any of the sawdust, and then I use a water-based polyurethane. Okay, today the electrician is coming and he's gonna be installing an outlet inside this cupboard. And also, he called it a cabinet switch. So it's gonna be something here that when the doors are closed, the outlet's off, but then when it's open, then the outlet works. I'm done building the drawers, which means I think I can actually install them, which pretty much means I'm done. Okay, so the drawers, I kind of figured out what's gonna go in here. So this bottom one can have cereal, which basically means I think the next drawer should go here. Did you hear me calling you? Like you forgot about your bread?
Yep.
No, I was calling you. Oh, my husband was making a bread for me. He forgot about it. Let's see what happened to it. Okay. It looks beautiful. What are you talking about? That looks beautiful. I don't think that's forgotten at all. And it looks like the most beautiful bread I've ever seen. No, it's like perfect.
I put on really low.
That's good. All right, let's go. Hey, let's finish that.
Where's my insulator?
If you want to be really precise, you can also install the drawer slides first and then measure the distance between them to get the width. It might be a little bit easier for you that way. And I just held up all the different boxes to see what height I should place these drawer slides at. Here comes the final moment where I'm actually going to be fitting the microwave in here. So I'm using the same shelf, but I want to reinforce it because a microwave weighs about 20 pounds. So I'm adding these L brackets, which are a lot stronger, and those are going to help to hold the weight of the microwave. And even though I measured a million times, I found it so hard to get my drawers in, and they just wouldn't slide in properly. I made the drawers just a little bit too small, which means that I'm going to try adding a spacer. I had some pre-cut scraps. Now I'm looking for it. Where did I put that? Okay, I had some pre-cut straps in my work station, and I'm just gonna see if this works. And if it does, then it's fantastic. And if it doesn't, we'll figure something out. So all it took was just taking the drawer slides off and getting the right thickness because this cabinet wasn't actually square. So that's one thing I learned, is that I shouldn't make every drawer the same size. I should actually build each drawer according to where it's gonna sit in the pantry. Good thing my husband's always around to help me lift the heavy things. We got the microwave in this pantry, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. The cabinet switch inside the microwave gives me so much security because now it's not a fire hazard. The microwave will only turn on when the doors are open. This pantry cupboard is so cool. So let me show you how this works. For the purpose of our demonstration, I just have a bowl of water. So right now the microwave is off, and you know it's off because, okay, so you just saw it turn on. So I'll put my bowl of water in here. Okay, I'll just set it for like 30 seconds. Okay, so right now it's running. Okay, now I'm gonna close this door. And it's off. Now if I open it, the microwave's gonna turn on again. So that is how neat that is. Like, that is up to code, that is safe, like there's no risk or anything that like one of my kids would microwave it and then shut the doors, which is obviously what we wanna avoid. I love the function of this cupboard, and I can't wait to make more of my kitchen more functional and aesthetic. So stay tuned, because next time we're gonna be adding drawers to my island.